Welcome, we're with Christina Neale, and today we're talking all about history, museums, and our heritage. So, I understand there's a number of museums we have in Kelowna, is that correct?
Yes, part of the Kelowna Museums Society, we actually have 5 different organizations.
Five? You guys couldn't keep that more simple, no?
No, we might be expanding, you know, but we've all come under one catchphrase, which is the Kelowna Museums Society. And the main building that most people know is the museum by the Queensway Bus Loop, which is
where we're at, and with the bear behind us here.
That's correct. Hello. Which we'll get to in a few minutes. But the Okanagan Heritage Museum, so we service the area sharing the Okanagan's history. Next door, over at the Memorial Arena, we have the Okanagan Military Museum, and they are organized by the board of directors from the Okanagan Military Museums Society, but they're now under the Kelowna Museums umbrella. We also have the historic Laurel Packing House, which encompasses the BC Orchard Industry Museum, as well as the BC Wine Museum and the VQA Wine Shop. And the 5th museum that was added to us recently, I think about 2007, was the Central Okanagan Sports Hall of Fame Museum. Yes, there's 5 museums. Come visit.
That's good. Okay, so now you guys also have a brand new app. There's a Heritage Week coming up. So tell us about some of the things going on at the Kelowna Museums these days.
Well, what do you know about pigs on Bernard?
I think back in the day there was some old photographs of pigs is what I remember, but perhaps that's alluding to your app, perhaps?
That's correct. We've got a new app that has been put together by Play Mobility and through a grant through the Central Okanagan Foundation as well as Kelowna Museums, and we'll be launching our app on Saturday, February the 21st. It is available now for iPhone, and it is a Quest Upon app, and it's called Pigs on Bernard, where you will go on an adventure.
And I hear perhaps you see pigs on Bernard as part of the app. Is that correct?
Yes. Well, there's actually quite a few different history bits around pigs in Kelowna. And what sort of got us to do this idea was actually last year's Heritage Week. We had, the theme was on the water. And we were looking at the regatta, which was a huge event here in Kelowna from around 1904 onwards until the 60s. And one of the events in the early 1900s was throwing a greasy pig into the lake.
Are you serious?
I'm absolutely serious. 2 men would dress in drag and go out in a rowboat and toss a greasy pig out, and people would jump into the river or into the lake, and they would have to chase a greasy pig, and whoever caught it got the pig.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
That's awesome. That was part of the regatta?
That was part of the regatta. So that's where the idea came from for Pigs on Bernard being loose, running around. What would it look like if that pig actually made it out of the lake and wasn't caught and was running through Bernard?
So is there plans to have a repeat of this event?
Of the regatta?
No. Well, that's a good question too. But no, of the pig being thrown into the lake with a greasy pig. Is that to fit any sort of standard these days that's acceptable?
I'm pretty sure that does not.
Okay, so part of our history, that's what we're going to be. But I don't think we'll be seeing that exact event again. So, but we do have some events coming up for Heritage Week. When's it start? What's going to be happening?
So Heritage Week is a national and provincial venture, and the Central Okanagan Historical Society chairs a committee that they put together, and we've been asked to be a part of the committee and a bunch of other heritage organizations here in Kelowna. Heritage Week is on Monday the 16th of February through to Sunday the 22nd of February, and this year's theme is Main Streets. So once again, Bernard comes up as a popular choice because that is our main street here in Kelowna.
So how do we get the name Bernard Avenue?
Well, the gentleman who named this town Kelowna, and I'm going to stop and ask you, do you know what Kelowna means?
Doesn't it mean bear?
What kind of bear?
Well, black bear?
It could be possibly behind us right now.
Perhaps grizzly bear?
That's correct. So we're sitting in front of Kelowna right now. And when they were naming the town of Kelowna, they obviously needed to name the streets. And the original guy who purchased the land, his name was Bernard Lequim. And if you come out and visit us on Saturday, February the 21st, between maybe 1 and 4 p.m., you might catch a glimpse of Bernard Lequim.
Now, where should we visit you on that day?
During the week of Heritage Week, we will be having a display at the Cutter's Lounge in the Royal Anne Hotel on Bernard Avenue.
But also you've been partnering with the Inspired Word Cafe.
Yes.
So tell us about the Inspired Word Cafe. You're basically bringing some art into the museum?
It's been fabulous to have spoken word into the museum, because most people think of museums as a place where you go. Actually, I had someone say to me, the museum is a place where things go to die. Most things are very stagnant and you can't touch them, and there's usually a story behind them, but you've got to read tiny print. So it's so nice to be able to have the Inspired Word Cafe to come in and use and enliven the space, for lack of better words, and talk about what's going on in the community and how they feel about it by using poetry, rhyme, music, This happens twice a month here at the Okanagan Heritage Museum, and the first Thursday of every month, which launches in with the first Thursday's event that's going on in downtown, is an open show for any inspiration. But the second show, which is the third Thursday of every month, is themed to one of the topics here in the museum. So on January the 22nd, we'll be doing an event down in the exhibition for Off the Grid, and the theme will be energy, and we will have a guest speaker sharing about energy through spoken word.
And what about the displays going on currently in the museum? What's the current displays going on and what's coming up next?
Well, being that we have 5 museums, we've got 5 different special exhibitions going on.
They're all very special.
They are. So here at the Okanagan Heritage Museum, we're currently showcasing Off the Grid and what it would be like to live off the grid, either in an urban environment or in a more rural environment, and what you can do. You can learn about it. We don't take a perspective on it. We're just giving you some of the information and seeing what people think.
And so if you guys want to know, you can go to, what's the website that you can go to find out about all the different displays you've got?
It is kelownamuseums.ca.
That sounds simple. Now, you've also got any other programs going on that people should know about?
Well, we've got a new exhibition opening up. As many people know, last year was the centennial of World War I, and we are sharing the commemoration over at our Okanagan Military Museum. And on the 28th of February, we launch our new exhibition called The Glory Passes. World War I started out as being a very exciting adventure. People were going overseas. They were getting a free vacation. They were going to be home by Christmas. Well, unfortunately, that's not how it was. And by by February of 1915, people had dug their heels in those trench warfare. So we'll be exploring the Okanagan soldiers' role during this trench warfare over in Europe during 1915.
Wow, that's phenomenal. So I think really, truly, what you're hearing is there's a lot of stuff going on at the various museums. Take a chance yourself. Think of when the last time you went. Go find out some local history for all the different 5 museums. Perhaps our wine history might be of interest to you at the Wine Museum. I think a few people like wine around here. And just go check it out. So yeah, any last things you should let them know about different ways they can interact with the museum?
Absolutely. We've got an Instagram account, Kelowna Museums. You can visit us on Facebook at Kelowna Museums, as well as we do have a Twitter page. So do look for us. All information is available at www.kelownamuseums.ca, or you can give us a call at 250-763-2417.
And then on Thursdays this summer, just like last summer, you'll see them at Parks Alive all throughout the city on Thursday evenings. We partnered with them last year, and we're looking forward to partnering with them again. So there you go, Christina Neale from Kelowna Museums. Thank you.
Thank you.